pictures of actresses, writers, anything from the 60s and 70s, pictures of my parents' trips, and put it in a book, and really tried to come up with this idea. There was a line in the 60s and 70s called Jacks and 80s, and I was thinking, well, maybe it was about great easy pieces, a great pizza, a great cigarette pan. I was like, it would be really interesting to bring that back. So I called up Sally Hansen, who was the owner of Jack's. She later also started Hard as Nails, and she was quite an entrepreneur, and she's very old. She said that she would not give up the name. So while working on the image book, it became something very different anyway, and that's when I saw the void of the market about the price point. I found inspiration from everywhere. From the bottom of a basket became a print. From traveling, I've always loved vintage shopping, so finding great vintage clothes. My mother's closet, great to get t-shirts I wore in 9th grade. So it was sort of this total mixed mash of books, and I took it around to many people in the industry to sort of just get their input. And I'm a total information gatherer. I like to hear the negatives, the positives, any sort of anything that they think, do you think is a great idea? I took it to Narciso, I took it to Vera, I took it to Michael Kors, anyone that I have grown up with in this industry. I wanted to get a feel for what, if they thought there was, this price point, a specific idea would be interesting. I also had a friend, a very dear friend of mine, who helped Mickey Drexler launch Old Navy. So I went to Fiona Couture, is her name, and I said, listen, I have this concept, we're thinking of doing it together. She said, well, I have a great person I want to introduce you to in Hong Kong. And I think that my ex-husband, actually, one of his strengths also was his production, and he very early on started a company in the 70s and did his production over there. And so we decided early on that we were going to produce everything in Hong Kong, and that would really be able to help us get our price points where we needed them. So I went to Hong Kong, had meeting after meeting with factory after factory, long 6-hour dinners, not really speaking a terrible amount of English. So it was really trying to get my point across